Good morning, everyone. What's up? How's it going, guys? I'm surprised Skyward Sword has stumped you, Harry. Damn. For those of you who are watching the VOD or something, we were talking about Skyward Sword. Not Skyward Sword. We're talking about Zelda during the pre-show. And I've realized even though none of the Zelda games are in my top 10 list of games of all time, with the exception of maybe Majora's Mask, I realized that Zelda is probably my favorite game series of all time. It's like the one series that has consistently good quality the entire way through. I didn't watch Pastor Lewis's last stream. What did he do? Let me see. Also, why is it Pastor Lewis anyway? I keep hearing Pastor Louis, but I don't know. I will have to look up and see what's going on here. What is he doing? I like Louis, but we often disagree. Do you mean the Streamlabs test stream? Yeah, I've got it open now. What did he say during it? I mean, it's a 2.5 hour stream. I can't check it out now. He keeps showing anime girls in this. All right. He yelled at me. What did he yell at me for? He disagrees with my take on the police. Also because he preaches. Okay. That's fine. Chrono Trigger is objectively the best RPG of all time. It's pretty good. It's a little bit easy. I wouldn't mind a harder version. I personally prefer Earthbound, but Chrono Trigger's my second favorite game of all time, so I get it. You said I'm wrong. Okay. And that's fair. He thinks my thinking on the police is utopian because I want to hold them to a standard because they have a job to do and they should do it. Okay. I think they shouldn't kill people in the street. That's utopian thinking, apparently. All right. No, I'm sure I'm misrepresenting him here, so I'm not going to go into it. Thanks for the two bits, Gregor. Thank you. My birthday is tomorrow. However, I'm not going to be online tomorrow at all. So I'm turning off my headphones here. I'm not going to be online tomorrow at all. So basically, I did like a 7-hour Game Boomer stream yesterday for my birthday. And thanks for all you guys who showed up. There was like 100 people there, 107 people there at one point. We did Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and we played some Hollow Knight. It was a fun night. Thanks everyone for showing up. As always, it's at twitch.tv/GameBoomers. Yeah. My birthday's tomorrow. But I'm not going to be online tomorrow, so I celebrated it yesterday. I'm 87 years old, apparently. I will have to watch Louis' stream another time, but I am interested in what he says. I do not support abolish the police. Abolish the police is stupid. There is a fair chance there will be no Game Boomers tomorrow, but I'll have one tonight instead. Instead, I don't plan to be online tomorrow at all. I'll like upload an SFO video, but otherwise, I'll probably be offline tomorrow. Thanks for the birthday wishes, guys. It's excellent. Birthday plans? I'm going to be hanging out with my friends mostly. I'm probably going to do a few things. Spend some time with Naomi. Hold on. Actually, I am going to message Louis, in fact. Hold on. Yeah, hey, Louis. I was told you yelled at me again. What'd I do this time? Thanks, guys. Okay, so I announced this on yesterday's Game Boomer stream. And I'm not going to be going on the Minecraft server. But I do have some Minecraft news, but I'm not going on the server today. As always, if you want to join the Minecraft server, the IP is in the description. I'm not in my 40s, god damn it. Okay, so yeah, I'm getting derailed pretty hard right now. Okay, Vampire. Things are changing. I told the full story on Game Boomers, and I probably shouldn't tell it here because Game Boomers is a smaller stream. So I don't mind telling the secrets on the quieter stream. If you want to know the secrets, you should tune into it. Yeah, I'll be streaming Final Fantasy VII tonight, most likely. What didn't you do? How are the 40s treating you? Yeah, thanks for the 20, and thanks for the 4, Silver. Thanks, guys, for you. Thank you very much. 5 from Deplorabology. Talking to bread-tooth acolytes is quite shocking. Their masks always immediately fall off, and they sound exactly the same. Yeah. I've noticed that a lot of them are just angry. You know? I know, King Canuck, I haven't been able to be on. I know. Man, okay, here. You know what? Here. I'm all over the place today. Holy shit. Let me one topic at a time, real quick. Last week I talked about my problems with Naomi or rather Naomi, us dealing with Naomi's family, if you recall. And how I had to go and like deal with moving all of her stuff out because her childhood home had basically turned into a crack den, and like it's just a bad situation. I don't know if I told you the full story, or if the full story hadn't happened yet. Basically, like, you know, her 14-year-old sister is still living there, and it's going to be a rough couple years for her because no one else can actually take her in. I can't take her in, you know. It appears the dog might not be treated the best either. But basically, the point is that we had to go back and get all of Naomi's stuff that she left behind before moving in here, because it was going to go missing or be broken or be stolen or something. And so we had to go back and like over the course of several trips, you know, load up a car each time and bring it back here. And it was kind of a rough time. We finally did the final trip of doing that, I think, on Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's done. But I was basically offline for a while, just basically handling that, because it also like affected her mentally quite a bit too. So, yeah. We are not in a position to help anything currently. Like, we live in a small place. We can't really take anybody else in. We can't afford to take anybody else in. The only thing we could do is basically just go back and like save some of her valuables and keepsakes and stuff like that before they got pawned or something. So we did. That's what we did. Anyway, yeah. Oh, you have the same birthday as me. That's cool, dude. Happy birthday. Hey, Dragon Fat. Change your name here already to Shogoth Fat. In any case, though, that's what happened, and that's why I've basically been absentee for a lot of the week, because it was really hard on her doing that, and it took us some time. In fact, going back and forth. And then we did the Sophia Narwitz interview, which was like 3.5 hours of footage that I had to cut down. and then I had to like put in all of her clips and make sure they went in like relatively the right spot. It was a pretty big editing job. I was editing that for probably 10 or 12 hours. That was rough. But, you know, we got out. We got it out. It was a good interview. I'm way thinner. Nice. Nice. Nice, dude. Thanks for rubbing it in. Release the full vid? No. There's a lot of stuff in there that's not going to be released. Check PayPal for B-Day present. Stinky Dev. Okay. And I do also want to point out, guys, a few people have sent me PayPal, like large sums of money on PayPal, but you haven't messaged me in Discord to receive your rewards. So please do so. Like here, I actually just got like 2 reasonably big donations. Thank you, guys. But I don't know. Like these are some real life names. I'm not going to bring up the thing. I don't want to dox anybody. But these are real life names here, and I don't know what to do with them exactly. So message me on Discord, and I will give you your rewards. So, but thank you very much. There's been quite a few donations, and you guys have been quite good at keeping the channel going. So I really appreciate it. It's excellent. Exchange rates are brutal, I know, but like to get into the $5 club, it's $100. So for life, it's $100. $100 US. Yeah. I understand, Tough Eyes. I get it. You take care of yourself, though, eh? Actually, hold on. I think there's something fun we can do here before we start off with the actual other things. I'm gonna log into my email. Okay. Somebody sent me $50. It requires a password. Okay? And I don't know the password, and it's like a riddle, and I can't get it. Like, here's the riddle. Hold on, where is it? Where's the riddle? I think it was like I can't find it now, shit. But it was like, what is truth? And I'm just like, I tried a few answers, and I got locked out of it because I got locked out of it because I couldn't answer it properly. And I was like, well, thanks for the $50, guys, but I guess I can't access it. Here. You know what? I will pop into the Minecraft server real quick. You have to give me half. Golem noises. Here. Now, I have a Minecraft server that I've neglected. Is this the desktop? There it is. Oh, come on. Come on. Where's Minecraft? Did it close? I guess it closed. Jesus, what a buggy piece of shit. There we go. Try 42. Okay, so if you want to join this server, you can. Hold on. Did they actually replace it with Scrump? Why is it Scrump and not me? This is supposed to be me, goddammit. I know I haven't been logged in a while. And yes, if you guys want to play on this server, you can. It is open. However, here's the thing about this server. Okay, it's back. Good. I was going to ban everyone. Okay, so here's the thing about this server. There's quite a... Everyone's been building a lot of cool stuff, man. Okay. Regarding this server, it is not very good. You can play on it. You know, feel free to go in and play and enjoy yourself. But I guarantee you, the quality of it right now is not great. The quality of it is not great because I've paid for a really shitty host. It's not excellent. However, my time with the host expires on July 1st, and I have since purchased actually components to build a server and run it out of my house. So, look at the south wall. All right, south wall. Ooh. So I've yeah, I said I'm not going to log into the server, but I wanted to announce something, okay? All of the components for the server are in. Like the one that I'm going to run out of my house. They're here. They're in. They're good to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream me building the server. Would you guys be interested in watching that? I think what I'll do is I'll set it up so that you can watch me build the server and stream it. And then on July 1st, there will be a switchover where it goes from this terrible host that I paid way too much money for over to the new server, which I'm gonna buy like a really good internet line and run it out of my house. So that'll happen on July 1st, and I will stream the server. Hey, King Canuck. You're just changing your head. Okay. I will stream me physically building the computer of the server. I think that actually might be like a fun stream if you guys would want to watch that. And then I'll probably do that in the next week or two. Maybe I'll do that instead of a weekly sip because frankly I've kind of run out of articles. But yes, what I'll do is I know that the server's been kind of neglected by me for the past month or so. And therefore, it's probably... where'd you guys teleport me to? It's probably been, like slowly going downhill. I didn't mean for that to happen. However, once basically I have the new server, the hardware, up and running, it'll be a much more stable server, and it'll be basically better to play on. So if you guys want to play, you may do so. The IP's in the description. I'm just telling you that tomorrow, that if until July 1st, it will not be a very fun experience, but you can always log in and like kind of get started because this map will be transferred over. This will stay. All the stuff that we've made. Is the server getting worse? I'm sorry, guys. You know what? Yeah, you have less than one month to wait, and then I'll be able to fix everything. I've killed most veterans already. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here for now. But, yeah. I've always wanted this server to be a place where I can do, like, monthly community events. Or maybe like every 2 months or something. But the problem was that the host just sucked, you know? Like, it kept crashing. Whenever we would get to about 20 or 30 people, it would crash. It couldn't handle it. And it was like, shit, man. So, but I want to run my own host. I think I have the knowledge and the know-how to do it. I think I can pull it off. So I want to do it. Source of authority is competence, training costs. Thanks, Field. I think I know what you mean there. $2 Doomcore. Remember player data as well, not just map data. Okay. I will make sure to move it all over. I will. And then Vercingetorix. New York City will not charge any Black Lives Matter protesters. That's bullshit, dude. That's BS. Yes, and I could also host other games too on the server if I wanted to. Yeah. I should do a map reset. How come? It keeps degenerating so badly, nothing works, even restoring every 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. I'm really sorry, guys. Like, I wanted the server to be a big deal, and, like, for a while we had, like, 40, 50 regulars, and now no one's coming back because I fucked it up. I'm sorry. I feel really bad about it. I actually feel quite bad. I think it's why I sprung, like, a couple thousand on good hardware for to actually run my own server because I just felt so bad that I fucked you guys over. You know what I mean? I know, Gregor, I know, but thank you for the $2. Anyway, what else is there to talk about? Oh yeah, the vampire news. Actually, no, I probably shouldn't tell you the vampire news. It won't be vanilla. There'll be a vanilla map and there'll be other maps too. But yeah. Yes, Kathy. Yeah, I've already bought it. I just need to assemble it. Anyway. Yeah. I'm. You want to hear the vampire news? Apparently. Oh, Matt, the Attack on Titan season 4 trailer is fucking phenomenal. I should probably just play it right now. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up because fuck yeah. Yeah, dude. Awesome. Okay, so Vampire's not canceled, but basically Rags and Uzulu both tell them the Vamp news others have already spilled it. Okay, thanks for the 20 generic edgelord. Have some dollary dues simping for Dev. Thanks, Figure. Thank you very much. Okay, here's the story. Fine. Basically Rags and Uzulu kind of got a little bit butthurt over Kibs, so they've quit the campaign. And what Arch wants to do, he still wants to play the campaign, and everyone else involved wants to play it too. But what's going to happen is we're going to do a time skip. So we will come back next week. We will finish up the current negotiations, and then presumably we'll be successful, and there will be like a Camarilla Nazi integration. And the whole idea of that will be that it'll take 3 or 6 months or something like that, and then we'll come back. We'll come back to the campaign later. That's what he told me. That's what Arch told me. So in that period of time, V has written a short D&D 5e campaign. And so it's going to be like V is going to DM it. It's going to be me, Sargon, Arch, Kibs, and one new guy. It'll be the 5 of us playing this new campaign. And we're going to play it for about 6 months or so. And then we're going to go back to Vampire. Spider, there was actually no filler on Attack on Titan. Seriously, like it all ended up being relevant, and this year's the final season. Like it's going to end. It's done. Well, yes, like in real life, it was because basically they didn't want to play a PvP game, and they thought Kibs was being unreasonable, and Uzlu just didn't like the setting anymore. And like I told everyone else, like I said that basically my problem with Uzulu, and this is not me shitting on them, like I'm not shitting on either of them as people. I just said that Uzulu wasn't invested enough in the campaign, which he agreed, and Rags was not playing the type of character that fit well with the campaign, because we're playing evil Nazi vampires, and Rags, he always plays the same character. No offense to him, he always plays like, a lawful good paladin. It didn't really fit with this, I don't know who the new guy is yet. Chris Nemo 2. Kyle did everything right and nothing wrong. You think so? But yeah, I'm gonna play basically a big-titted Amazonian style elf ranger in the next game. She'll probably have a penis too. I've done a lolly and a fat black man. I might as well play as a trap. I'll just cover all my bases. Yeah. Vampire is definitely supposed to be a game where PvP is more allowed than in other games. Dude, you can't roleplay evil. I mean, I'm role playing evil, but I'm role playing like manic. Like manic half evil, basically. But yeah, I think what's going on. I think what's going on is that like once we come back from the time skip, V is gonna be like a member of the campaign again. Longshanks Gunner for $5. Dev, I was selling my body to afford the super chat when I met the love of my life. You're getting married in July. Thank you, Dev. Thank you. No problem, dude. In any case, I should probably start the show at this point. Hey, Jesus, I've been gibber gabbing for like 40 minutes here. Okay. How to support SFO. $5 club entry. $5 from a recurring source. Subscribestar.com/RofighterOtaku, Patreon.com/RofighterOtaku, YouTube memberships, you can hit the join button, or over on my gaming channel, Twitch.tv/GameBoomers, hit the sub button there. I stream mostly every night on Game Boomers. So I'm going to be streaming there tonight, in fact. I think Naomi and I are playing Final Fantasy VII. And tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm probably not going to be streaming tomorrow. But, you never know. Donate $100 to join the $5 Club for life. So if you PayPal me $100 American, I will put you into the $5 Club for life. Just make sure that you DM me on Discord, so when I go through my Discord DMs once a week or whatever, I can put you in. So yes. When I sip, you sip, just like that. Thanks, Amori. Thank you very much. I'm going to be playing the Spellless Ranger because magic is considered heretical in V's world. Like all magic is considered heretical. So we're not limited to physical classes, but anyone who uses magic will be basically a target. And I think how it's going to be is Kibbs is going to be a rogue. I'm going to be a spellless ranger. Sargon's going to be a paladin. The new guy is going to be a barbarian. Arch is going to be a wizard somehow. Play as V, see how he likes it. Can we get specs in the server parts you bought? You'll see him when I put the server together on stream. But thank you guys. I recently put all my house computer hardware in a rack. You may want to as well. It makes management easier. Edward, I think I might do that in the future when I move. I can't fit a rack here right now. Like I don't have like a properly sized closet, but I think I might do that in the future. Yeah. How are they for cooling though? $5 monthly virgin versus $100 for life, Chad. Thanks, Chris Nemo. Aaron Yeager did nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong. Freedom at all costs. Yeah, Harry. Thank you. You're not late, The Hills. Thanks everyone for the donations. It's awesome. You guys are excellent. Magic is not a rarity. It's just heretical. Yeah. All races are allowed, but elves are entirely a slave race in the context of the story. There are no free elves. They're all enslaved by somebody else. So I might go like half elf, in fact. Archetype for Ranger, Hunter. Get that sweet Colossal Slayer with a D8. Vampire's not over the hills. No, it's going on hiatus for the summer, basically. Well, the plan is, generic edgelord, we will probably do one final wrap up of Vampire, and then the week after that we'll do V's game. Anyway, it's now been 45 minutes. That was a half hour of pre-show talking. I'm sorry, guys. I wanted to keep my pre-shows to a 15-minute minimum, but I had a lot of news, basically. I had to tell you about Naomi's situation and the Minecraft server and the tabletop and lots of things. Oh, and I guess one final thing. Yeah. On Twitch, We maxed out at 107 people yesterday. So all of you guys here who actually considered checking out my gaming channel, thank you very much. It was like a 7-hour stream. We had a great time, and please consider checking it out tonight because I have a good time there every night. So thank you very much. Let's move on. Wait, let's actually get to the links that I have up today, if you don't mind. Yeah, this is the pre-show, dude. Is it this? Why do you stupidly believe that COVID-29 gives immunization when it doesn't? I think thanks for the 50 Mexicans. I think it gives like partial resistance, but not full immunity. Also, what happened to Jim? I don't know. I mean, last I heard, he was basically injecting COVID-19 into his asshole to see what happens. Who knows what he's doing at this point, man? I like the pre-show better than anything else you do, Dev. I guess. Yes, I've noticed that like you'll show up to Game Boomers just for the Game Boomers pre-show. Then when the game starts, you leave. I mean, it's fine, man. Do whatever you like. Okay. You have to call the cops. Jesus. You okay? Dev's gonna pre. God damn it. No Game Grumps memes in here. Unless they're from the JonTron era. So I guess we're watching the Attack on Titan Season 4 trailer. Check this shit out, guys. It's awesome. I don't care if I get copyright struck. Whatever. First on the subtitles, eh?
ここは危ねえぞ。飛んでいけ。
Yeah, dude.
どこか。
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna make a Politics of Attack on Titan video.
時期が迫ってる。次の戦士が選ばれるんだ。
Like in the style of
鎧の
Sardox.
巨人の継承者が。
Demolition Man in that. So now we're in like a World War I era level of technology. With Titans, it's awesome.
今の俺にはわかる。お前たちは世界を救おうとした。
Honestly, Attack on Titan became amazing after they left the walls and saw the outside
ど
world.
うしてお前らは
Spoilers, by the
俺
way.
を死なせてくれないんだ。
始祖ユミルの出現から今日に至るまでどれほどの命が巨人に奪われたことでしょう。しかし近年その平和思想は淘汰され、
This is awesome, dude.
始祖の巨人はパラディ島に住むある者に奪われました。その名はエレン・イエーガー。今ここに宣言します。パラディ島敵勢力へ宣戦布告を。
That's incredible. It's so good. Okay, so I think the reason why I want to do a Politics of Attack on Titan is because yes, Schnitzel, yes, this is not an anime you can jump into the middle. You have to start from the beginning. All right, but I'm gonna have to spoil a little bit here. So if you don't want to be spoiled, then you'll have to step away for a minute. But like the theme of the story, there's basically two themes of the story. No, I say there's only really one. Is that, and this is why everyone like over on Polygon and these other lefty sites, like nerd sites, they all wrote about how Attack on Titan is fascist. Well, they write that because the primary theme of Attack on Titan is basically, like, the thesis of it is showing that racial-based guilt is one of humanity's greatest sins. And that is how the whole thing, that is the thesis of the whole story. And it doesn't seem like that until you get about halfway through, you know? It doesn't really seem like that, at least in the first half of the show. But that's what it's all about. And as soon as you get to the end of season 3, and you see the concentration camps, and you see like it's a race of people that have been put in concentration camps, because that race used to basically have dominion over the entire planet. They ran the world, and they brutalized other people. But now that they're kind of on the bottom rung of society, they're put into concentration camps, and they're basically used as cannon fodder. And the whole point of it is that you have characters, and usually it's the moral characters in the story who refuse to take responsibility for the sins of their ancestors. They don't deny that it happened. They don't go down that road. They just say, listen, that wasn't me. You know, regardless of what my ancestors did, I'm not them. And because that's the nuanced position that the show takes, you know, the radical left believes it to be a fascist show, because it's counter-revolutionary, I guess. So it's excellent. It's such a good show. I just spilled coffee everywhere. Hold on. There is an English dub, yes. Do you agree with me and Aaron, that killing entire continents is not a line that cannot be crossed in the name of freedom? Or are you weak? I think there's actually something else going on there, Harry. We'll have to see. Okay, anyway. I'm excited for this. It's going to be awesome. I also want to point out this channel here. I should probably subscribe to it. There it is. Okay, so this is the CCFR. I generally do not believe necessarily in their political takes. I often have some problems with them and the way that they view things. However, they are basically the only pro-gun group that I can find in Canada. And they are filing lawsuits against the government regarding their gun grabbing in response to the Nova Scotia shooting. The weekly spill. Thanks, yes. Plays combat as anime with planes. I could, I guess. So yeah. Brick Muppet for 5. I've only seen the first 2 seasons. I got the theme as you must become the monster you're fighting. Yeah, the theme doesn't become apparent until they leave the walls. But thank you. 2 Polar Balls for 2. Wow, I spilled coffee. Let's make the ink color for my desk. Oh, damn, dude. So, yeah. These people are not people that I regularly agree with on their political stances in some things. However, I do definitely agree that Canada's gun, like the current gun grabbing in Canada is ridiculous. It should not be happening, and these are the only people who seem to be opposing it. So, I would at least recommend checking out some of their videos and stuff. This is my weekly shout out, I guess, if you want to see what they're doing, because they are criminally undersubbed. Freedom at all costs, or is this the weekly sip? The problem with freedom at all costs is that you have people who are like freedom at all costs is complete chaos. You know, there's nothing that grounds you because there's nothing that directs you. You know, the things that restrict you are also the things that give you direction. Nathan Break for 5. Also, the only protective you are given is from soldiers. Yes, it seems like they're fascist. Yeah. Like everyone is a soldier in the show. So that's what you see. That's the lens you view it through. Children of the Mars has a similar theme to TAT. You mean Attack on Titan? But thank you, Hills. Thank you. I didn't miss it. Yes, I saw the weekly spill. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Yep. First they come for the guns, and they come for the speech. Exactly, dude. Let's move on to what I got here. Man arrested in brutal beating of Detroit nursing home patient captured on video. I watched this. You guys see this shit? An arrest has been made in a shocking case after video of the crime went public. Detroit police say that a 20-year-old man was arrested for assault and battery of an elderly man at a nursing home on Detroit's west side. Earlier, a video of the brutal attack was posted on social media and shared several times by concerned citizens, some of whom called the police. The video below shows the crime is unedited and may be disturbing to some viewers. I saw this video before the stream. Look at this motherfucker, guys. Let me just get my headphones back on. Okay. He's just beating up on him. He's not even doing it like... Jesus. Like, he's not even punching him that hard. He's just a little shit. He's just having fun. What a fucking loser. Like, what the fuck, dude? Jesus Christ!
See this bitch ass nigga again? You get off my bed. This bitch ass nigga. Fuck off my bed, nigga. Fuck off my bed. Fuck off my bed.
The fuck, dude?
Bitch ass nigga.
He recorded it himself. What an idiot. Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Bitch ass nigga. Fuck off my bed, nigga. Fuck wrong with you?
Jesus fuck. What a piece of shit. He's just protesting. It's alleged, police said, that this is the weekly sip and you can support LD and slavery and torture. Get out of here, Harry. Thanks very much. Fucking hell, dude. The incident occurred on Friday, May 15th, and that both the 75-year-old victim and the suspect are patients at the nursing facility. He's a patient as well? I thought he was a nurse. The victim was taken to a local hospital where he was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect was taken into custody at the nursing home and transported to the Detroit Detention Center without incident. Detroit Police James Craig said the investigation is ongoing. Zirindu, thanks for the 2 bits. Media silence? Yeah, I'm not fucking surprised. What our investigation has revealed so far is that the nursing home was unaware of the assault until they saw the video. We're still investigating that aspect of the case, but there's a suspect in custody. Fuck, dude. Yeah, those are the most pissy ass bitch punches. Yeah, they were Cdrans because he didn't need to do anything else. Like, it was an old man, right? Like, fucking hell. Jesus. What a piece of absolute garbage, dude. Okay, so this is actually an interesting video, and I'm going to put it on double speed so you guys, like, it won't take us 12 minutes to watch, but I want to watch it and kind of see if there's anything to this. This is a guy that used a gene therapy to cure his lactose intolerance. I wonder if there's, like, truth to this. Let's see.
That lasts several, probably a little over a couple of weeks at this point, growing a virus that codes for a functional copy of the lactase enzyme. Because I'm very lactose intolerant. So this is the final product. I had to package it into 3 pills because that was what I could get microcrystalline and cellulose fit to. It's kind of
Put it at 1.5 hours.
I'm a little worried because I'm allergic to penicillin, and we use penicillin in media. So I've got some Benadryl, so I'm going to take 2 of these. and then all of these. And the idea is these will open up in my stomach, release the virus, and then the virus will go into my intestinal lining and give me a functional copy of the lactase enzyme. Okay. Well, bottoms up.
Would this work?
Well, let's hope that doesn't kill me. More important, let's hope it works.
That clip is from a video I released about 2 years ago where I took a homebrewed genetically modified virus to attempt to get rid of my lactose intolerance. Now, this probably sounds pretty drastic, but it was also very effective and completely got rid of my lactose intolerance for a really long time. The reason I did this was because back in high school, my body stopped being able to produce an enzyme that can break down a type of sugar called lactose. Lactose is normally found in dairy products as it's one of the main components of milk, but because we produce so much milk annually, it's also a waste product. So it's used as a cheap filler and sweetener in a huge array of products, even things that have no business having dairy in them. So if you're especially sensitive to it like I was, this isn't so much a mild annoyance as an agonizing way to ruin your day or week, depending on your sensitivity, if all you did was misread the label on something. Ever since I first put out that video, I have been inundated with questions and asking for updates on the project. So today, I'm going to do exactly that.
This is
I'm going to get
neat,
this part out of the way
guys.
at the front. It has actually worn off at this point, and I'm back to taking lactase pills. But that said, it took a very long time for it to wear off. As I talked about in the original video, this wasn't something that we just made up, and was actually based on a paper, which I've linked to down in the description. In the original study, they tested this out on rats, and they studied the rats for about 6 months, and at the end of the study, the rats that they'd used the therapy on were still lactose tolerant. So, did my results match? Actually, yes. At 6 months, I was still very lactose tolerant and could eat heroic levels of dairy products. In fact, it was about 12 months before I started noticing signs of a fade, and another 6 before I had to start taking lactase pills again. So that gives me a grand total of 18 months of lactose tolerance from that single dose of virus. The reality, though, is we always expected it to wear off.
This is
Intestinal
cool.
tissue grows and divides and dies very quickly, so it's hard to make something like this stick around for a long time. Instead, the point of the original experiment was to simply see if the results could even be translated to humans. A lot of the times, studies in rats don't translate, so we wanted to see if something that we could just get off the shelf would even work. And
Wait, you just tested it on yourself then? The problem with this is still the high chance of cancer. Genes can get inserted into functional parts of DNA. Screwing it up. Oh. You didn't agree on freedom at all costs in the name of Elden liberation. We're looking Yeah, Harry. Thanks, man. Bob Neiman, tell Kyle I'm coming to take them cheeks of his. Well, I'm going to take him first, dude. I'm going to take those cheeks first.
even though my data set is only n equals 1, I'd say it works pretty damn well. Even now that it's mostly worn off, the number of lactase pills that I need to get through a meal is minuscule in comparison. Originally, before I took the therapy, I had to take 14 or 15 lactase pills just to get through a meal, something simple like a piece of pizza. But now, even 1 or 2 pills is more than sufficient to get me through a meal, unless it's absolutely drenched in lactose. Now that we've set a baseline, and we know that the idea itself works, the goal is to take what we've learned and develop a version which is safer, easier to mass produce, easier to deliver, and should last longer. So today we're going to look at both pieces of DNA, the old version and the new recently designed version, and see how they're different and how they're the same. Here are the 2 pieces of DNA side by side. If this is your first time seeing DNA presented in this way, or just want to learn how to design things like this, tune into the Whose Gene Is It Anyway live streams that I've been doing.
This is all
I've been
new to
picking
me.
random ideas out of
Jesus.
a hat and then designing DNA to accomplish whatever the idea is. It's been great practice for me, but also a way to teach people how to design, research, and understand these sorts of DNA maps. Some of the ideas we've already covered
I swear to God, they're going to make rage monkeys like this.
are yeast that produce all the proteins from milk, a mod to make tomatoes produce capsaicin and be spicy, a mod that would make coffee beans inherently decaf, and lots more. But back to the lactase. First, let's talk about how these two are similar.
Inherently decaf coffee? This is unacceptable, guys.
The 3 main similarities are that they both contain a lactase gene, they both have a collection of other features that make them work in human cells, and a separate set of features that make it possible to make copies of the DNA using bacteria for mass production. But beyond that, they're really quite different. The old version, as I said earlier, used a virus for delivery. That virus is called an AAV, or adeno-associated virus, and is actually the gold standard for gene therapy because it's so safe, which is why we chose it. Basically, the way this works is that you add these special tags to the beginning and end of whatever DNA you want to get packaged into the virus. In this case, that's the chunk with the lactase enzyme. You then take this DNA and 2 other pieces that contain the genes for the virus's shell, and put them all into some animal cells in a flask. The cells take in the DNA and start producing viruses filled with this DNA, at which point you can harvest the viral particles from the flask for use in the therapy. But because none of the code for making more virus gets packaged, the viral particles can't replicate, and are simply a delivery mechanism. While this is very effective, it's time-consuming, tedious, and can be very expensive. So you'll notice that those tags are conspicuously absent in the new version. The new version wouldn't be delivered by packaging the DNA into a virus. Instead, we plan on simply mixing the pure DNA with a chemical called chitosan, which is a derivative of shrimp shells. There's a great paper that I've linked to below that actually did exactly this, and was able to very effectively deliver lactase genes to the intestines of rats. Here, the green-blue areas took in the DNA after feeding the rats the DNA chitosan goop. This means that getting DNA ready for a theoretical patient would be much, much cheaper and easier. Pure DNA is very cheap, and chitosan costs pennies. And since there's no viruses and nothing being injected, the purification required to get this ready is almost nothing. Chitosan has actually been extensively studied as a cheap, safe, and effective method for delivering DNA to a patient in a huge number of studies. And it seems that when DNA is bound to it, it makes it much easier for the DNA to both cross the cell membrane, and it gets protected on its trip through the stomach. The chitosan and DNA together form tiny little particles which tend to stick to the cell membrane.
You know, I almost miss school whenever I watch a video like this. Actually, yeah, that's another thing. I'm getting a PO box tomorrow, so I'll post a video about it. If you guys want to send me, if you guys want to send me bags of poop, Yeah. I did a research project on this. South Korea's made a lot of progress. I recall back during the George Bush years, America banned stem cell research. And I was like, this is not a good idea. The rest of the world's going to shoot ahead. And they did.
And when this happens, the cell thinks it's food and brings it inside. But once inside, the DNA manages to escape the little food vacuoles and is released and can be transported to the nucleus and start working. The exact release mechanism of how this works is still being studied, but the important part is that it works. Moving on, you'll see that the lactase gene in the new version is much, much larger. Lactase is actually an umbrella term for literally thousands of enzymes that all do the same job. Each organism that's capable of breaking down lactose has their own version.
You guys are all saying that they're talking too fast? Like, I actually watch YouTube videos on double speed naturally now, and I guess I've just acclimated to it because nothing sounds too fast to me anymore. Like, this sounds completely normal to me.
The original therapy used a much smaller version of lactase taken from E. coli, but while this worked well, it raises the possibility that it could get cleared from your system faster if your immune system learned to recognize it. So the new version uses a human lactase, so there's nothing for the immune system to respond to. Another small change that we made was to the piece of DNA right before the lactase gene called the promoter. To make lactase, the DNA is first read by an enzyme called RNA polymerase, and a copy of it is made in RNA.
Like, is that too fast for you guys? Because for me, that's like normal YouTube now. I watch everything on double speed. I watch Styx on double speed, Sargon. I watch any of their video. I watch Let's Plays on double speed. Thane for 5. Too many people against GMOs when they do so much good against the world. Yeah, they're like anti-vax adjacent. I know what you mean. Alcade for the 500 yens. I found a possible reason behind the Antifa rally in Tokyo. A lot of possible foreign interference. Dude, I'm interested. Send it to me. DM. It's not that it's too fast. Just don't understand the science words. Oh, okay. Big brain dev. I'm a cokehead. No, I'm probably just autistic.
That RNA is then read by a cluster of enzymes called a ribosome, which uses it
Here, I'll put it on 1.5.
as instructions for making the lactase protein.
Dude, I watched
The
Cording
promoter
it
is
at,
the sequence that
at like
RNA
4
polymerase
times
binds to
speed.
get that process started. The old version used the CMV, or cytomegalovirus promoter. This promoter leads to very high levels of expression of the gene, so lots of lactase production. But the immune system can recognize it or interfere with it, making it turn off randomly.
You
so it's not
can
exactly
like
ideal.
mod
The
YouTube
new
and
version
get 3
uses
and
the
4 times
EF1A
speed.
promoter, which is a human promoter and should give nice, even expression and nothing for the immune system to mess with. Finally, the last change is this giant chunk labeled SMAR. In something like bacteria, we normally add a sequence called an ORI, or origin of replication. And there's actually one of them in both of these plasmids for when you're growing the DNA in bacteria. The ORI is the spot where DNA starts being copied over during cell division. Without it, only the first cell would contain the new DNA and it would simply be lost as the cells divide. But unlike bacteria, mammalian cells don't actually use ORIs, so this SMAR sequence is the closest approximation to that thing. This should make the therapy last much longer.
I do
potentially
watch
years.
V on 2 times
Between all
speed.
these changes, the result should be a plasmid which is easier and
I watch
cheaper to
everyone
produce,
2 times speed.
easier to apply, and also safer now that it uses no viral components and shouldn't have any way to accidentally cause an immune reaction. And it has no way to accidentally integrate
Okay,
into the host
hold on.
genome. So
Unironically, I listen to some music on like 1.5 speed because it sounds better when it's faster. I don't know, I just like things going fast.
there should be no way for it to form any sorts of cancer.
But before you get too excited, it'll be a long time before this is ever tried in humans. The original version was nice because an AAV carrying LAC-Z has been used in tons of viral studies, meaning it's been tried on literally thousands of animals in a variety of species and none showed any issues. Whereas this new version is essentially starting from scratch, so it's going to need a lot of testing before human testing is even reasonable. So we want to take our time, do things right, and make sure that it's safe. Also, it's a really big
To be fair, you
plasmid,
did it
so
to
it would also
yourself,
be
dude.
fairly expensive to have made. And I've got so many other projects going right now that I don't really want to work on this right now. Part of the reason I'm even making this video, other than to update on how the original went, is actually to ask for your help checking my work. I've uploaded the DNA file to the Whose Gene Is It Anyway GitHub, and I've linked to it below. You're free to download it, modify it, and even have it synthesized if you really want it. And if you find any issues, you can leave them on GitHub so that the plasmid can be improved, and whatever we actually end up having made down the line will be the best possible version. One note though is if you do decide to download this, but more to the point, if you decide to actually have it synthesized, I only ask two things. First, please share a sample of the DNA with me, that just seems fair. But more importantly, number two, please don't test this on yourself. I'm putting this up as a way to get feedback, and for those who have access to the cell culture laboratory to
How is this guy like being consistent here? He tested it on himself.
test this plasmid in cell culture, not to test this in people. But it would be cool if after all of the testing it could eventually be put through clinical trials, and eventually see some patients. The DNA is being released as Creative Commons share alike, so if you want to go through the trouble of paying for a clinical trial and all of the testing and bringing it to market, you're welcome to do so, just as long as whatever you release is also Creative Commons. This way, everyone benefits. But that's where I'll leave it for now. You finally got an update on the project, and we talked about the path forward. Now I'm going to head back to the lab and keep working on the Spider Cell project.
Links to everything I've talked about can be found down in the description. And if you want to learn about how to design
That was neat. I only understood about 50% of it, but what the fuck is Nightcore? Isn't Nightcore like a really shitty superhero? Anyway. This is neat. I really like this idea. That's cool. Let's keep going. Okay. Tennessee man arrested for smoking marijuana in the courtroom. Neon Comet V as a DM. Yeah, it's going to be wild, man. Here, let's watch this. Thanks for the 5.
The reason, openly smoking marijuana in the county courthouse.
And they just
he was
lock
in
him up.
court on a separate marijuana charge. I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Bob Mueller, and the suspect had a word for those inside the courtroom. News 2's Andy Cordan has the story.
Here at the Wilson County General Sessions Court, there's a lot of things you can't bring into court. No food, no drink, no shorts. The one thing it doesn't say, no marijuana. This is video from General Sessions Court on Monday. That's Spencer Boston at the podium. The 20-year-old is in court on a marijuana citation, while Judge Haywood Barry writes down some notes. Watch as the 20-year-old reaches into his coat pocket. He pulls out a joint and lights up. He then reportedly turns to the packed audience and says, "The people deserve better." The court erupts into laughter. Court bailiffs immediately take Spencer Boston into custody.
I've been in law enforcement for 20 years, and this is by far the most bizarre thing I've ever seen happen in a courtroom. He's a lot braver than I am, I'll tell you that. And but whenever you're going from a judge, it don't matter which judge it is, there's a high level of respect in the courtroom that needs to be maintained, and he definitely disrespected the judge in the courtroom. So, there should be consequences.
According to the TBI, Spencer Boston has no prior arrest history before this incident in court.
He's so happy. Look at that face.
Pre-planned. I saw the video myself, and you could tell that he already had in his mind what he was going to do, and what he was going to say.
News of the Carthage man's arrest spread quickly. There's now a GoFundMe account that says Free Spencer. His bond is $1,500.
Oh, hold on a minute.
This action garnered him
Can
a
I go back
contempt
in?
of
What the
court
fuck
charge.
is this?
That
What's his
means
name? I'm going to look it up. Yeah. Yeah, here's the GoFundMe account. Oh, dude. He's made 7. Holy shit. Look at this guy. Here's the official description. Spencer was taken into custody for being a true fucking savage. Oh shit, Optimus Crime. That's $100. Holy fuck, dude. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Make sure to DM me on Discord about it. I also missed a few supers. I'm sorry. The Hills, $2. Nightcore pop song. So I still don't know what Nightcore is, but thank you. Let me scroll up here. I think I missed a few more. The Hills for $5. He's just like the movie scientist that tests on himself. He'll become a werecell. And yeah, the chaotic V as a chaotic DM. Yeah, it's gonna be wild. Yeah, link it. All right. Rather than donate to me, guys, donate to Spencer Boston. Donate to Spencer Boston, guys. From Megan Louise, the organizer. Just wanted to let everyone know I've gotten lots of messages and emails from people saying they haven't been able to somehow get their payment through on GoFundMe. I was thinking send on PayPal. Okay. I know there will be many questions on why the goal has been raised to 10K. Spencer now has an attorney and will now have attorney costs and fees as well. Well, you're going to lose. This is like a dumb waste of money. Like, contempt of court is what, like 30 days in jail? Just ride it out, dude. Like, don't blow money on this. I mean, it's funny, but holy shit. Oh my god. Hold on. I'm like laughing too much. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. What is this? Oh yeah. From the official Assassin's Creed Facebook page in 2011. Man. I guess this was like a contest they held. Where you would like Photoshop yourself. I think they probably had like an app where it's like put yourself into jumping off of a tower, And then some guy does this. Man, stuff that really is 10 years old, but like on the internet, but still 10 years ago it was quality enough to stick around. Man, it's going to come back to bite so many people in the ass, isn't it? What's this one? Oh my god. These people are like 30 now. Or like in their late 20s, early 30s, and they're like looking for real jobs, and these pictures are going to come up. When you see a sale on Limp Bizkit CDs. Oh my god. I wish there was like maybe there probably is an archive of all of these somewhere. Alright. Huge feral hogs invading Canada, building pigloos as they go. Dude, pigloos. Feral swine, the offspring of wild boars and domestic pigs, are spreading through Canada into areas where many didn't think they could survive. Ooh. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, some Canadian farmers imported wild boars from Europe to raise for meat. But as wild boars are wont to do, some of them escaped, either digging under fences or barreling through them. Others were set free once the meat market cooled. At first, it didn't seem like a big problem. Many thought they couldn't survive Canada's long winters. But the boars proved hardier than some researchers expected. And now they're causing havoc across wide swaths of Canada. The descendants of these wild boars have interbred with domestic pigs to varying degrees, and are now found throughout western and central Canada, from British Columbia to Manitoba and beyond. As they spread, they sow environmental destruction, plowing through crops and grasslands, causing erosion, displacing wildlife, harassing livestock, and eating anything. So, this is where we are nowadays. There's wild boars everywhere in Canada. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it looks like Saskatoon is like just overrun by them. The Pigaloo has begun. Thanks, Matt. Thank you, dude. These feral fugitives can weigh up to 600 pounds or more, and sport sharp tusks and bristly coats over thick, warm fur. They are reproducing rapidly, and their range is expanding. Their combination of wild traits and domestic ones, including their high tolerance for cold and ability to birth large litters, may have led to super pigs. Super pigs, guys. The creatures have even been known to build above-ground shelters that researchers have dubbed pigloos. We should be worried because we know their biology. They're called an ecological train wreck for a reason. Thanks for the $2, Chris Nemo. Boar lives matter. Just eat them? Yeah, you could just eat them, yeah. You need a real gun to shoot a wild boar. A shotgun just pisses them off? Yeah. Which is why you can't just take their guns, Trudeau, you fucking idiot. Yep. The hog explosion is a new problem, and until recently, no one even knew where they were. They've been doing the cameras, GPS collar data, interviews with local land. Okay, yes, they're trying to figure it out. For 3 months, this researcher lived out of her tent and car, meeting with local biologists and conservation officers. And yeah, you just have packs of wild boars. Canadian feral hogs often eat crops such as wheat, barley, and canola as they range through the prairies and farmlands and into the edges of forests and wetlands. They will make a meal out of most anything that fits their mouths, including plants, small reptiles or mammals, ground-nesting birds, and eggs. Beyond the damage they do to crops, grain bins, and storage containers, the pigs can plow through large patches of farmland in search of invertebrates, roots, and other edibles. Yeah, they're eating everything, guys. 30 to 40 feral meme in Canada now. Yeah, pretty much the hills, yeah. Wild pigs wallow in stream beds, causing erosion and water contamination. Dude, we're fucked. We're covered in pigs. It's the end it's the end of days. Yeah, this is just more like history stuff, but the actual story is kind of done now, I think. They're smart, they're tough, and they're huge, apparently. Crazy. Eurasian wild boars tend to be smaller in the southern parts of their native range. They become bigger in the north. Probably because they're like, they know it's colder, so they're like filling up on blubber. That kind of makes sense, eh? We have these things in the U.S. as well. They're dangerous as well as destructive. Yeah, man. Thanks, Brick Muppet. They're probably delicious. Yeah, you can probably just like eat them. Yeah, go get some boar meat. Yeah, you don't need a hunting license to shoot them because they're invasive. Yeah, that's true. It's not like they're protected like bears are. Like bears at one point nearly went extinct in Canada, so they had to like protect them. But these guys, just start shooting them, man. Crazy. So this finally happened. The Zack Snyder cut is happening. Zack Snyder's Justice League 2021. So this is, I don't know, a slightly worrying trend I've noticed, and I might need to do a video on this at some point. I understand when a movie sucks really bad and they basically shit on the fans. And then people like the JJ cut for Star Wars, stuff like that, you know? Like, how could you have ruined things this badly? Release the JJ cut. But at some point, and maybe I'm in the minority here. Maybe this will get me canceled if I say it by you guys, but I gotta say it. At some point, when there is legitimate disagreement between fans and the creator of a work, and the creator is not looking to simply shit on fans, but still wants to hold true to their vision, sometimes fan protests can be illegitimate. It hasn't been recently, because everything has sucked recently. Ghostbusters 2016 sucked. Star Wars and Star Trek both sucked. A lot of this stuff sucks. You know, a lot of the Marvel stuff has sucked recently. A lot of the DC stuff has sucked recently. But there's also the argument of staying true to your vision. And if you're staying true to your vision and the fans don't like that vision, well, you can have a conversation about that. But should you be forced to change what you truly feel to be where the story should go because the fans are mad? Not because you're just shitting on fans or subverting expectations, but they just don't like your work anymore? I think the answer is no. You know? The Hills, 5. Hunt them and make Canadian bacon, but since they're unfixed, they'll have boar taint in the meat. Makes them gamey. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. $2 from Schnitzel. Andy Signor has extensively covered this. I'll need to see what he said about it. But thank you. I just show up and you start talking about pigs. You trying to say something? Yes, it tastes great to regular pork. At least when healthy. Thanks, Wes. Wes is a coronavirus survivor, guys. And they're like testing his blood to see the antibodies and stuff. It's kind of cool. I'm glad you're still with us. Ganondorf is laughing his arse off over this, and we need a link. Yeah, Harry. Thanks, man. Yeah. But like, for example, who cares if Hollywood trash next? Yeah. Like, it's just Zack Snyder's Justice League. He's making a Snyder cut. Fine. I don't really care about this. But, like, I guess the conversation that I want to have with you guys is, like, okay, back when Harry Potter, because the Harry Potter movies were pretty much close to what J.K. Rowling had written, right? And let's say somebody objected to Dumbledore's death. And it's like, you shouldn't do this. We don't want you to do this. Like, if there was a fan outcry against the fact that Dumbledore died, should she change that? Even though that's naturally where the story should go. I think the answer is no. I think in that case, the fans are wrong. You know? Schneider's vision was originally much different and it got cannibalized beyond recognition. Yeah, fair enough. If you focus test everything, you're just a hack. Yeah, exactly, Brick Muppet. Yeah. A good example of fan illegitimacy is Smash fans with Ridley and Waluigi. Kind of, The Hills, yeah. I still would like to see Waluigi as playable, but, you know, guess that's not the case. Yeah. Unfortunately. Anyway, let's move on. UN urges Canada to repatriate orphaned girl held in Syrian camp. A panel of UN human rights experts is calling on the Canadian government to urgently repatriate. I'll talk about that in a different video, Dragon, but thank you. To urgently repatriate a 5-year-old orphaned girl being held in a crowded Syrian camp noting that Canada has the primary responsibility for ensuring the girl's human rights. As you can tell, this is a very young girl. She was at 5, 6, something like that. She's not an adult. She's not like one of those teenagers who ran off to join ISIS. She's somebody who was brought along as she was very young. Canada has an obligation to intervene in favor of its nationals abroad, particularly if there are reasonable grounds to believe that their non-derogable human rights have been violated. Within this context, special care must be taken for children, particularly if their parents are dead. The girl, identified only as Amira, was orphaned when her mother, father, and 3 siblings were killed in the last battle to destroy ISIS in 2019. Her parents were Canadians who had left to fight for ISIS in 2014. So, I understand the whole, like, we can't bring back Shamima Begum to the UK, right? Because she was very clear, she knew what she was doing. While she was there, she committed crimes herself. She committed war crimes herself. She needs to stay exactly where the fuck she is and sit there for the rest of her life in her dusty shithole. Because, fuck you. But Amira here is very young. She had no control over what happened. Her parents were terrible people. They deserve to be dead. And if they're alive, if they were alive, they should be told that they have to stay right the fuck where they are, because fuck you. You can stay in a jail for the rest of your life. You went to go fight for ISIS. All right? But this girl's not that. This girl's 5 years old. This girl is somebody who is Canadian. She has Canadian citizenship. And she's innocent. She didn't choose to go there and fight for ISIS. I think this is one of those instances where I would say, yes, bring her back to Canada. You know? There's an ethics question. Is it ethical to marry a child like her in order to act as her guardian so she says she isn't deported? Oh, Jesus, that's a rough one, isn't it? Yeah. If they rejected Canadian citizenship and we treat Iraq and Syria as the successor states to ISIS, then she should have Syrian citizenship. Well, the thing is, we never actually considered ISIS to be a regular state. We didn't ever accept its legitimacy. So ISIS citizenship, and therefore the successor to ISIS citizenship, never existed. So I do think she's a Canadian citizenship. No, she was born in Canada. She was born in Canada. She was just brought to the Middle East. Yeah, she should be helped. Her parents are shitbags. I'm glad they're dead. If they were alive, they shouldn't be helped. But she's innocent in this. She should be helped. Yeah. You know, you're not radicalized at 5, for fuck's sake. Okay, Trevath, no. Like, think back to when you were 5. How many dumb things did you think when you were a 5-year-old? And how many of them have held on till today? You know? No. Her uncle has been desperately fighting to have... her uncle, who's still in Canada, has been fighting to have Amira repatriated, even traveling to Syria to visit the young girl and prove her identity. Apparently, the conditions in her camp are inhumane. But yeah, I think this is a case where she should come back to Canada. Yeah. If you help her, then why not import all children from every non-Western country? Because she's a Canadian citizen. She was born to Canadian parents. That's the reason why. Unlike just random ass people, she actually has a tie to this country. You know? That is the difference. You should not bring such people back into your country. The mind cancer of radical ideas has already set in. She can't be helped. She can't be brought back into a modern, tolerant society. She's 5 years old, man. If she was like a teenager, I might actually think that maybe that's the case, and even then, not completely. But she's 5 years old. All right. Yeah. The only thing she's going to be radical for is her favorite flavor of ice cream. Exactly. Yeah, she has surviving family in Canada. She has an uncle. You know. They were both legal Canadians, yes. Yeah. Yeah. If like, here's the thing, regardless of age, if they're a minor and they have Canadian citizenship, they should come back because they're not responsible unless they committed crimes themselves. If they're just brought along by their radicalized parents, then they're not responsible, you know? I think this is one of those cases where Canada should bring them back. I don't think Canada should not bring back any Canadian nationals that are adults that freely went off to help with ISIS. They can rot there. All right? They can fucking rot. You let her back in, and as soon as she steps off the plane, her vest goes off. Yeah? 5-year-old suicide bombers, guys. Ice cream trucks of peace. But yeah. I think, well, it's 16 here. Vercingetorix. It's 16 here, not 18. She's like 5, Bad Monkey. Yeah. I used to think white people were bad when I was like 11. She's fine. Yeah. You grow out of that shit, man. At least most people do. Should we deport people from the U.S. who were brought over as kids? If they don't have citizenship, yeah. Child of peace. She probably has PTSD, but she can be helped. You know, pretty much everyone can be helped. It just takes power wheels of peace. Power wheels of peace? No, Sonic Killer, her parents are gone. Her entire family's gone. It's just a 5-year-old now. Hot Wheels of Peace. Yeah, Deplorable, she's not a foreigner, though. She has Canadian citizenship. Yeah. The parents are guilty of treason. A child cannot be held accountable for the sins of their parents. Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know there were children that had bombs tracked to them in Iraq. Yeah, but I think we can probably figure it out if she has a bomb on her before they put him on a plane to Canada, right? It's not about benefits to the Canadian state, Viorp. It's about human rights. It's about the fact that she's a citizen, therefore she has legal rights, and the government has an obligation to her. The state is not the primary entity in life. I did not see that, ARC. No. Yeah, let's keep going here.
Question about
Trump to lose 2020 election in a landslide defeat. He will only win 35% of the popular vote. Her uncle can house her because her uncle's a Canadian. Okay. Let's watch this, guys.
the 2020 election.
Yeah.
Your likely Democratic opponent, Joe Biden, recently suggested that you were considering changing the date of the election, that you might try something like that. That's my first question. The second question
I never even thought of changing the date of the election. Why would I do that? November 3rd. It's a good number. No, I look forward to that election, and that was just made-up propaganda, not by him, but by some of the many people that are working, writing little statements. I see all the time, statement made, you say so, statement made per Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe. He didn't make those statements, but somebody did. But they said he made it. No, let him know I'm not thinking about it at all. Not at all.
All right. So we're not changing the date of the election. Okay. 2016 will commence again. A national election model has predicted that Donald Trump will suffer a historic defeat in November's election. Let's close this. Due to the coronavirus economic recession. He'll lose in a landslide. You know, we did hear this before. You know what I mean? We did hear this before. But the coronavirus is a wild card. Trump's platform is primarily economic, and the coronavirus has destroyed that. Some people will blame him, and he shouldn't be blamed for it. It's not his fault. It's China's fault. But some people will blame him. So it might actually be closer than we all think. Leave her with her uncle and give her therapy, for God's sake. Exactly, The Hills. Exactly. But yeah. According to the model, of course CNN. The model has predicted the winner of the popular vote in 16 of the past 18 elections. Yeah, which 16? Did they get the last one wrong? It's a complete reversal of what the model was predicting before the coronavirus outbreak hit the US. Wait. This just goes to... Look at the bottom of the screen there. It says independent.co.uk/false. What is that link that it's going to? What the fuck is this? Oh boy. That's a great... They knew no one clicks on their links in their articles. They just had to go fucking nowhere. $2 from Harry. X to doubt. We all know he won't lose. He's probably not going to lose. I don't think so. It would take nothing short of an economic miracle for pocketbooks to favor Trump, Oxford Economics wrote in the report, according to the broadcaster. The economy will be a nearly insurmountable obstacle for Trump come November. The economy will still be in a worse state than at the depth of the Great Depression. Yeah, I doubt that, guys. I doubt that. 2 million new jobs last month, biggest 1 month jump in history. Yeah, things are already recovering. Here's the map. This is the map that they're looking at here. Here's what they predict. So these states stay the same. These states stay the same. All the red states are the same. And then they predict a flip to Democrat will be, what is this, West Virginia, I think? No, I don't even know. Just regular Virginia, maybe? Certainly Michigan. Certainly Pennsylvania is on there. I think Ohio. So they think a few of those battleground states are going to start flipping. I don't think so, man. Yeah, I don't think Ohio is flipping. I don't think Pennsylvania is flipping. I don't think Virginia is flipping. Especially after the gun nonsense they have going on there. No way. You know what I mean? Yeah. No way. There's no fucking way this is happening. New York in blue. Well, New York might stay blue, actually. New York might stay blue. But yeah, I don't think these states that are flipping. I don't think so. I asked all my friends, and they said Orange Man bad. Therefore, 100% of people hate Trump, and he will lose. Easy. Thanks, Dr. Diddler. Thanks, dude. Thanks for the $5. But yeah, I don't think that this is gonna work. Nah. It could. Experts have also said the outcome of the election could still very much depend on how the pandemic pans out in the next 6 months. Also, the debates. Oh, it's North Carolina. Oh, sorry, I don't fucking know, dude. I have no fucking clue, man. I don't know American geography. Yeah, these people predicted that Trump will never be president, and here he is. So, who knows, man? Who knows? Let's keep going here. Police called to home after classmate spots a toy gun on Zoom. A husband and wife in Pennsylvania were harassed by police earlier this month after someone at their son's school spotted a toy gun during a school-related Zoom call. Her 7-year-old had just completed a Zoom class when she received an email from the son's teacher. Apparently, another parent had spied the toy in the background and called the police. Another parent had been very uncomfortable by the fact that the gun had been in view of the Zoom call. It's such an innocent thing that someone used to make a judgment and an accusation. A few hours later, police knocked on her door and asked Smith and her husband to step outside. When Smith's husband explained they didn't own a real firearm, but that their son had been given a toy, the police weren't satisfied. According to Smith, they lectured the couple and told them that young kids shouldn't even own toy firearms. I said, "This is a toy. No one is unsafe in our home. Everyone is safe and well and healthy." They took it very seriously, as if there was some sort of chance we had weapons in the home. He essentially lectured us on child safety and the fact that our children are too young to interact with any guns and weapons. Even though they weren't sighted, the incident left their children terrified. They were scared that their parents were going to jail that day for something that was untrue. What really troubled me was the fact that someone made a claim, an accusation with zero facts. It was completely bogus and it left our kids scared. Fucking bullshit. It's Karens and it's shitty cops, dude. Z3 Carlos for 5. Hey, saw your birthday stream yesterday. It's pretty great. I even subbed. Keep up the good work. Thanks very much, dude. Thank you very much for watching Game Boomers, man. All of you who are here, all 755, watch Game Boomers. I do try to take Game Boomers very seriously. I'll plug it in the chat. Put this on your bookmarks. Put this on your follow list. Game Boomers, please. Let's continue here. In 2018, Hampstead, Long Island, held a toy gun buyback for local school children in which they could exchange their toy guns for different kinds of toys. Why? Saying no to guns is important, even toy guns. Why? The purpose is to offer safe alternatives to toy guns. Toy guns are safe. You can't... Toy guns are safe. They can't hurt anyone. We don't want kids playing with guns. Guns are dangerous. Yeah, dangerous things are also in the world and are also essential to learn how to master. That's the point of them, is that they're dangerous, but they're useful. They're dangerous, but you must confront them. You can't be a fucking toddler forever. Oh, you got a license for that toy gun? Thanks for the donation, dude. As Guns America news editor pointed out at the time, events like this instill an irrational fear of firearms. That's true, yeah. How about instead of indoctrinating kids to have an irrational fear of firearms, including toys that resemble firearms, we teach them about actual gun safety. And when each child is ready, we teach him or her the tenets of responsible gun ownership. Education, not fear, is the answer. This is what they say about, like, gay people, you know? You have a confused 5-year-old who sees like two men holding hands walking down the street, thinking, I thought only guys and girls could be in relationships. What is this, mom and dad? And they always say, education, not fear, is the answer. It's the same with guns. Education, not fear, is the answer. Fucking hell, dude. Christ. After her toaster oven caught fire. Yeah, we're immediately switching over to the elder Karen here. After her toaster oven caught fire, Ontario woman was told by Whirlpool to take it up with a company in China. Fuck you, Whirlpool. Company apologizes, offers thousands of dollars in compensation after go public inquiries. Okay. When Valerie Hammond, now that's a Karen name if I ever heard one. Valerie Hammond. Yeah, you look like a Valerie Hammond. Valerie Hammond. Her countertop oven burst into flames, causing hundreds of dollars in damage to her kitchen. She figured the cost would be covered since the KitchenAid appliance was from a big company she trusted. KitchenAid, I don't know if KitchenAid's actually in the States, but in Canada, KitchenAid is, I think, like the biggest kitchen appliance company in Canada. Tavish Cameron for $15. Thank you. Finally got CERB after 2 months of harassing him, so I can share this love. Thank you very much, dude. I really appreciate it. Okay, so Whirlpool, which owns KitchenAid, replaced the oven as required by warranty. But things got complicated when she asked for $600 to cover the smoke and fire damage. Whirlpool refused, telling Hammond she had to go after a third-party company she'd never heard of, located in China, that owns the factory that manufactured the appliance. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. I was absolutely shocked. I said, I don't understand. It doesn't say Electech International on it. It says KitchenAid. You're telling me you can wash your hands of it? Wow. Her compact oven went up in flames while she was cooking a small roast. I went upstairs to the linen cupboard to get a couple of tea towels and smell what wasn't meat. It smelled like metal. Seconds later, the smoke alarms went off, and she came running downstairs. The kitchen was full of thick, dense smoke, and there were flames shooting out of the control panel of the oven. The 68-year-old called and emailed Whirlpool dozens of times over more than 6 months, but got nowhere for a claim on the damage. The toy gun link? Here, I'll give it to you. I'll post it in the chat right now. There it is. Okay. Her oven was not a Whirlpool product. Bullshit. Bullshit it wasn't. You fucking sold it to her. She was referred to Electech International. She tried contacting the company in China using the phone number Whirlpool provided. Her calls would ring through, but no one would ever pick up. Her emails also went unanswered. I was so frustrated with Whirlpool, and they didn't know what else to do. This was a David and Goliath fight because they weren't going to listen to me. Dude, this is the problem with globalism, all right? Don't let any fucking lefty tell you that globalism isn't somehow anti-capitalism. So no recalls have been issued for the oven's make and model. It's become basically a paperweight. After hearing from Go Public, what is Go Public anyway? I don't know. I think maybe it's like an advocacy group or something. Whirlpool apologized, calling Hammond's experience unacceptable and saying it would be appropriately addressed. It paid her $5,000 for the damage and her trouble. Fucking good, right? Consumer advocates say that a lot of Canadians are having similar problems, left on their own to deal with sometimes uncooperative companies when something goes wrong after finding government agencies set up to protect consumers are often difficult to access or ineffective. Yeah, that's true, you know, like the bureaucracy is never going to help you in this case, you know? Have fun within her flame-bursting oven. Jesus. 50, what are those? I don't even know, but thank you, Jimbo. Have you played the original Deus Ex? Not since it came out. It's been a long time. Let's see here. Yeah. I think, yeah, a lot of this is now just like fluff. The second half of a lot of articles often just end up being fluff. Right? But oh, here we go. Here's what Go Public is. She contacted Go Public out of frustration with the appliance company and with the government agencies that protect consumers. After hearing from Go Public, Whirlpool Canada negotiated compensation with Hammond. It paid her $5,000. Okay. She played hardball with them because she wanted to make a point that the company would have to pay less if it had taken her concerns seriously in the first place. If they had been nicer, it would only have been $600. Yeah. Go Public says the customer safety is a top priority, and its appliances like this countertop oven are designed and tested to leading industry standards. Yeah, are they? In any case, though, she donated $1,000 of Whirlpool's money to the hospital for 6 children in Toronto. Well, that's nice of her. Oh, that was nice of her. But yeah, basically, I've heard a lot of horror stories about China, but to be fair, I've also heard a lot of good things about China, at least in terms of manufacturing. Like, the capture cards that I buy are Magewell capture cards. I buy capture cards for Game Boomers, like to record to record the gameplay footage. And you know what? Magewell, despite being entirely manufactured in China, is a high quality product. It really is like a buyer beware situation, you know? Time to reinstall Deus Ex. Okay, here, I'll do this to you. I'll give you one better. Think about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines for about 5 minutes, and then you want to reinstall that too. Yeah, this is Karenism used for good. Czech crowns. That's what they are. Not much value. Sorry, I'm poor. It's okay, dude. Thank you very much, Jimbo. It's okay. You take care of yourself before you donate to me, okay? I do appreciate people watching and people going over to Game Boomers and people watching DevKit and people donating everywhere. But like, I want you guys to take care of yourself first. All right? Make sure that you guys have food on the table before you give any money to me. Let's continue here. This is the final article I've got for today. YouTube deleted comments critical of the Chinese Communist Party due to an error. If by error they mean somebody who was politically motivated, like on the sly, slipped in the communist bandit stuff into the filter, and no one noticed it for 6 months. Google, which owns YouTube, has been criticized for its relationship with China. YouTube on Tuesday acknowledged it deleted comments critical of the Chinese Communist Party from its video platform. The comments were removed by mistake, the company said, because of an error in its systems for taking down content that violates YouTube's rules. A company spokeswoman said the removals weren't part of any policy change. Upon review by our teams, we have confirmed this was an error in our enforcement systems, and we are working to fix it as quickly as possible. The video comments were flagged automatically by YouTube's software filters. They include Chinese phrases that translate to communist bandit and 50-cent party, which are insults to the nationalist government. They're a communist government. The nationalists are on Taiwan. Their deletions come as Google, which owns YouTube, faces sharp criticism over its relationship with China. In 2010, Google pulled out of the search market in China after co-founder Sergey Brin cited the government's totalitarian policies, including censorship of the web. Google received blowback 2 years ago for Project Dragonfly, an initiative to bring a censored search product to China. Yeah, fuck you. The effort would reportedly blacklist search terms disapproved by the Chinese government, such as student protests and Nobel Prize. It also may have tied searches to phone numbers. Holy fuck, dude. Google employees and human rights advocates protested when news of Dragonfly broke. Google has also been criticized for its artificial intelligence lab in Beijing, which opened in 2017. Holy shit. General Joseph Dunford, chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said the search giant's work in the country is indirectly benefiting the Chinese military. Like, these are literally American companies that are working on behalf of China. Like, are we at, like... maybe we should have like hashtag nationalize Google at this point, because holy fuck, like I don't want to nationalize any industry, but these people are acting so ridiculously. Like there has to be some kind of regulation or something, you know? American companies should not and cannot be allowed to support I don't know, nations or ideologies that are explicitly anti-democratic. Fucking hell, dude. Christ. Very off topic, but have you played Chibi Robo or any Dragon Quest games on Game Boomers? Yes, The Hills. I want to play Chibi Robo in the near future, maybe within the next year or so. And I did try Dragon Quest 9 on Game Boomers, but I didn't finish it. Yeah, they said Black Lives Matter, so that's all that matters, right? I mean, China doesn't think Black Lives Matter, but that's okay. Fucking hell, dude. The Taiwanese nationalists at one point were actually fascists. They were like a military dictatorship, but they transitioned to democracy, I think, in the 70s or in the 90s or something. Soleil, for $20, have yourself a good birthday. Thank you very much, dude. I really appreciate it. Holy shit. Thank you, man. But we are at the end. And I actually have to say, guys, I've run out of articles. If you guys have any really funny news stories that wouldn't fit into a larger video, send me that shit, because I've now run out of articles for the Weekly Sip. I've gone through all of them. So yes, I'll put in the chat twitch.tv/gameboomers. Click on that, follow that. It's also a way to donate money. There's a donation thing there. If you have Amazon Prime and you have no money, aside from having Amazon Prime, you can actually make a Twitch account, link your Amazon to your Twitch account, and then give me a free sub. You can give me a free $5 that just comes with having Amazon Prime over on Twitch. So please consider doing that if you have no other way to donate. It's a great way to help out. Tonight I'm going to probably be playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake on stream with my girlfriend. I might play some Hollow Knight as well. I'm not sure. But I'll be doing that at 7 p.m. EST. So in about 7 hours, please consider dropping by, and I will do that. Oh yes, also PC build stream. I might take a week off from the Weekly Sip and do the PC build stream next Sunday instead, so I can rebuild my supply of articles. So I'll have a backlog for 2 weeks from now. So yeah, absolutely. I will absolutely do that and then come back with the Weekly Sip later. So I'll do the Minecraft server build stream in next week, I think. So yeah, $5. Where's the $5, guys? So yeah, drop by tonight, guys. 7 hours, maybe a little bit earlier. I'm not sure. And I'll be streaming tonight on Game Boomers. Thank you very much. Thanks for all the donations and all the subs and love. I really appreciate it, guys. It's pretty excellent. Next Paper Mario stream is probably not gonna be for a week. We're probably gonna be doing Star Wars on Tuesday when we have Dave, and then there's E3 stuff, like E3 conferences. So we're probably gonna be off Paper Mario for a little bit. But yeah, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. I love you. Oh, get articles to me via DMs on Discord. All right. See you tonight.